Hey, and welcome back. And today I want to talk about this. This is the Godox AD100, or as I'm using it here today, the Flashpoint XPLOR 100 TTL. This is a really, really cute light. I mean, look at it. It's really cute. It's so little. It's awesome. It's about this big. That's pretty amazing. It's about the size of a can of soda, and you can't beat that. And I've seen a lot about this and people reviewing everything it does all over the interwebs, all over YouTube, and it's definitely a good light. But the real question is, for a professional like me, is it powerful enough? And that's what I'm going to explore today. So thank you to Adorama for providing me with this. They are the distributor in the United States of this Flashpoint gear, which is kind of their own in-house brand for Godox equipment. And I would definitely recommend, if you're gonna buy any Godox equipment, to buy it as a Flashpoint through Adorama, because you're gonna get their incredible service and support on that product instead of having to maybe roll the dice and go overseas. So check that out. Now, before we get started, let me also remind you that I have a podcast. It's called Photobomb, comes out every week, and I co-host it with my good friend, Ray Perry. Yes, that is his real name. I'll put a link to that in the description. Now, on my podcast, we actually talked about this. We went into great detail talking about this because both of us, Ray and myself, are avid users of Godox/Flashpoint gear. I use it for pretty much everything when I go on location, because they kind of redefined what a portable strobe could be and challenged everybody else to kind of come up with something similar. And did they do it again with this? I don't know. The real problem, the real question we had was, is 100 watt seconds powerful enough? Now, if you want to know how much it weighs and the dimensions of it and all what the buttons do, and there's a zillion YouTube videos out there that you can check out that go into great technical detail. What I wanted to do was to see if this thing was powerful enough for a professional photographer like me. Now, as I do with all equipment, I'm going to tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and then who I think it's for. Now, to start with, let's get to the test, because I live in Florida. It's sunny here, like a lot. And if you're running and gunning as a photographer, you want a light that is compact, but one that's powerful enough to meet the challenge. So luckily today, there was a cloudless, sunny sky. So I went out in front of my studio and I set this thing up with the Glow 24-inch Hexapop, which is actually a pretty cool little modifier. You can get that from Adorama too. Glow's their in-house brand for modifiers. And, you know, it's actually pretty cool because it comes with the ability to switch out the round head for this, or a traditional rectangular adapter. So if you have the AD200s or the Evolve 200s, or you have a traditional speedlight, you can also use it with that. So it's a pretty versatile modifier. So I took out a small modifier. It's a double baffled 24-inch little box, and I attached that to a C-stand, and then I set up my camera, and I used Canon Camera Connect to make my phone the remote trigger, and I actually made a video on how you can do that. I'll put that up there somewhere. I wanted to see if this light could do what I needed to do. Now, most photographers who have been doing this a while know that if you go out in the middle of the day in bright sun, you're going to get roughly f16 at 100. And so basically, in order to illuminate my face and get blue in the sky, this light would have to put out f16 onto the subject. And not only do that, but do it at a useful enough distance to where you don't have to have it on top of your subject. Because if it has to be right here to get there, it's only going to be useful for a few things. So I set it up and I did a self-portrait right there with my Jeep, and I'm actually surprised to say that it did the job. The distance of the light was probably about 5 feet from me on a C-stand, and it was able to illuminate my face so that I could get blue in the sky without really any manipulation at all in post. So that was a big surprise. So that tells me that yes, this is absolutely up to the challenge for a lot of different things. All right, now let me tell you the things I love about this light. First of all, the size, the shape are awesome. It is roughly the size and shape of a small to medium sized lens. So it'll fit into whatever camera bag you happen to have and just sit there waiting for you to bust it out as you need it. I think that's extremely useful. I love that it is versatile in the way that it has this round head that's magnetic, and it will fit with all of my Flashpoint and Godox modifiers that I've bought for my Flashpoint round head speedlight. I think that, gosh, there's not a whole lot to dislike about this thing, really. When it comes down to it, I think for the right photographer, it's a really good fit. Now, let me tell you what concerns me. Well, the obvious is that, you know, I wish it was a 600 watt second light at this size, at this price point, but that's just not realistic, at least right now. The thing that concerns me the most is that it's $299. And for $299, you could get the AD200, or also known as the Evolve 200 as Flashpoint, or the Flashpoint Evolve 200 Pro for $329, which is only $30 more. And that gives you double the amount of power. So you're going to sacrifice a little bit of that size and weight. It doesn't quite as seamlessly fit into your camera bag as this would, but it's a lot more power, a lot more versatility for $30 more. So it really depends on what you're going for. I would love to see this at a slightly lower price point, and then I think it would be a no-brainer to buy. The next thing I'm going to do is tell you who I think it's for. Now, I think this light probably best serves people who are in this Flashpoint Godox ecosystem and are looking for something to use as a background spotlight, because it has a lot of great modifiers. It's small and easy to carry with you, a hair light, or a backup, something to keep with you that works with your system, that's not going to get in the way, and it's not going to add a lot of weight to your kit. However, it's also for people who are just stepping into strobes and wanting to start to use off-camera light, because really, once you start to get lights, then you got to get stands and modifiers and booms and counterweights and all the stuff that comes along with it. With this thing and everything that it comes with, all you need is a medium-sized or small light stand to hold it on. You can also upgrade and get a couple of inexpensive glow modifiers to go with it, or anything that'll fit on a Bones mount if you've got that S2 bracket. And you've got a really useful little pocket strobe to go with you pretty much wherever you want to go. This would be a really good solution for photographers who shoot mostly natural and available light, but they want to have something in their kit in case maybe you go out to shoot and the weather or whatever doesn't comply with what you thought it was going to be, or the lighting circumstances require you to get a little more creative. Having this gives you a ton of more options when you're on a photo shoot. I also think that this would be great for wedding photographers who rely mostly on available light for their work. Under the right circumstances, you could add a great extra light in a wedding reception, or you could take great low light portraits with this, because you could get the power dialed down low enough to give you great illumination on your subjects without overpowering the background and blocking up the shadows. So there's definitely a place for this in the pantheon of professional portable pocket strobes. However, a lot of people, it's not for you. And that's the cool thing. Like, if it's not for you, don't get it. But I do think that there are certain photographers that this is a great solution. I'm one of them. I think it'll be awesome to have in my camera case, a great backup, a great background light, a great hair light, and a great accent light when I just want to take some mostly available light portraits. So there you have it. Now's the time you go into the comments and let me know what you think. Do you think it's worth the money? Would you buy it? Would you find it useful? Now, if you have any questions about it, go ahead and put those in there too. If I can answer them, I will. If I need to look it up, I'll even do that. I will go ahead and Google it for you. If you don't feel like Googling something, go ahead. Yeah, I'll do it. No problem. And do me a favor, like this video. That's very important that you hit that thumbs up button, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. I've got tons of other stuff, including that Canon Camera Connect video. I've got behind the scenes of photo shoots, other gear reviews. Go ahead and check all that out. And hit the notification bell so that you get notified when these videos come out. Now, I guess that's it. I'm just gonna go put this in my camera case, and then, when I need it, I'm gonna bust it out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.